then we're just gonna add a little to it. Okay, my name is Jude Ikami Jude, and this is Voice of the People, and we are 90.3 FM. Okay, everyone, relax, let's talk. Okay, feel free to join the conversation on any of our social media platforms. Okay, yeah, it means we're streaming. Okay, it matters, everyone, and of course, well, every Wednesday, this is how it goes. This is what we do every Wednesday. This is how we run it every Wednesday afternoon. I just come here to do just around a couple of minutes, though. Yeah, minutes. Yeah. So just let's go together this afternoon. A couple of stories, making the rounds across Niger, across the country. Well, what can I say? Well, let's see. I will just give you all of the stories back to back, and then get to bring in Yinka Ibiduni, who is in the United States currently. We're going to be connecting with him, virtually, so we could just hear from him. And of course, hey, everyone, don't forget that it's going down real well in America. Yeah. Some persons will tell you, well, Nigerians at home are the ones supporting Trump, and some will tell you, well, those in America are supporting Kamala Harris. What about you? Who you support? Does it count at all? Is it of any interest to we Nigerians back at home? It's a big one. So I would often tell people that, hey, if you support Kamala, if you support Trump, Nigeria no go benefit Shingbang for inside. All right, it's just you doing your thing. All right, and that's what they always be. But then, leaving America, I would love to also get back to our dear beloved country, a wonderful country, Nigeria, and of course. Well, as regards all that is happening in River State, some persons are pointing accusing fingers to the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that he is the one actually supporting Wike on this whole journey, on these whole basketballs happening in that state. Yeah, that the president is actually, giving Wike thumbs up to destabilize River State. In fact, it was Asari Dokubo who is actually saying that. Well, it's Voice of the People. I'll give you some more gist. Hold on, I'll be right back. The People 90.3 FM. Okay, now aside that particular story, first of all, before I go on, let me let you know that I have Yinka Ibiduni with us this beautiful afternoon, and like I said, he's going to be talking to us from the UK. A very beautiful afternoon to you. Welcome to Matters on Voice of the People FM.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jude.
Good afternoon
and
to
good
you.
afternoon to everybody.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah.
How is the UK, and what part of the UK are you currently?
Well, I'm calling from, you are calling me London.
Okay.
And it's mild. The weather is mild at the moment.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, the weather is mild. And,
Okay.
usually everywhere is quiet and cool.
The way you say usually everywhere is quiet, like say Nigeria, no, they quiet, Abi.
Ariwo. In Nigeria, it's Ariwo all the time. It's not from the horns of the vehicles, from people selling something, and all kind of noise. Nigeria is a noise polluted country. Noise coming from mosques, and the churches. And so it's too much.
It's okay. It's okay. But quickly, let's talk. With the few minutes we have, as regards this issue happening in River State. All right, we hear that Asari Dokubo, and of course some Nigerians across some other political parties have come out to say that Tinubu is actually supporting Wike as regards Rivers crisis. That if the president is not actually in support of what Wike is doing, he would have stopped all of these long time ago. But that the president is just okay, making sure that the party wins Port Harcourt. Rivers State again is one big issue. And Asari Dokubo himself has come out to mention that, hey, Tinubu is actually giving a thumbs up to Wike to destabilize River State. What do you think of a statement by Dokubo?
I think Asari Dokubo is there for the job people and for himself. And Wike is fighting for, they have their own tribe too that they are fighting, and also for his pockets. So they are not really singing from the same hymn sheet, but none of them is fighting for the people of Port Harcourt, the people of Nigeria. So that's my own view of it.
But with the president's body language, this thing has lingered for a very, very long time. Does it seem like, say, maybe the president doesn't really have the power to say stop and everyone stops? Is that the situation?
Well, look, the Rivers people are volatile all the time. I remember during 2005 confab, the Oga Patakota, what's his name now? The joint leader.
Who are you talking about?
The old man. He's a politician and he used to be a minister, and I forgot his name.
Okay, just go ahead, please. Go ahead.
When he was in the confab, and I think he was overseas when the confab started. And then when he came back, they were discussing resource control. And the thing became so heated. And it said at the convention, well, if the solution is in the pipes, then we will go there to find that solution. And that was when all this pipe bunkering and kidnapping of oil workers and all that stuff. Did a deal with the job people, and that's how Izari Kokubo and some other militant leaders gained prominence. And I think the president at the moment also used Asari Dokubo to do some things in the river side. And
okay,
and that gave Asari Dokubo a very big profile. He said it. Even he went to Asu Rock and went to the press section of the Asu Rock and gave a very bold statement saying that he's for the president and nothing can happen to the president. There was a time he even mentioned that the military cannot deal with him. He has some people,
backup.
circulating maybe a drone around his house or a helicopter that he can shoot them down, and the government knows he can shoot them down, but he's not going to do that. Challenging the army. And so Nigeria has made champions of all these people. Uh, so who do you blame?
Hmm.
So I don't know.
All right. Oh,
The
okay.
Wike himself is
Hmm.
talking all kind of things. They will burn down the PDP government uh, around the place if they don't uh, conform to his. Well, I don't know. I think Tinubu is leaving all these things to come out. Maybe because he wants people to see what is really going on before he now stamps
Hmm.
his authority. I don't know. I don't know.
All right. Now, let's quickly move because there are a couple of questions I would want to ask you, from,
Yeah.
different states or different stories. Now, in the midst of
Yeah.
this, the pump price of petrol has gone up for the second time in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
just 3 weeks, selling at 1,025 naira at the outlets
Yeah.
of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited in Lagos, and of course 1,050 naira in Abuja,
Yeah.
selling at 1,025 naira. I think when I gathered from some other persons, some persons told me, well, they bought it at 130 naira, per liter, just in the
Yeah.
space of about 3 weeks. The pump price
Yeah.
of petrol has been jacked up twice. Now,
Yeah.
do you think that it's going to get to, like some persons have said, if care is not taken, you guys should be expecting 1,500, before the end of the year. What do you think, sire?
I think the government has said it that they they are no longer controlling the price of petrol. They've also relaxed controlling the value of the naira. They floated the naira. So it means things will be fluctuating according to the market. Yes, some people say, oh, the price of petrol in the petroleum in the global market has come down. So the price of petrol will come down. What about the value of the naira?
Hmm.
If the value of the naira, if naira gets more devalued or is weaker, and the petrol price of petrol on the international market becomes low, they will cancel out each other, or what? It might even go the way that we don't expect. In that, if the value of the naira is weak more than the price of petroleum is down, then we will still have an upward effect on the price at the pumps. So I think
Hmm.
Nigerians should just forget about government controlling anything. He has said they will not. But what they should do is to do what they can control in terms of how they use petrol and so on, so that they can reduce their dependency on petrol.
Hmm.
And I think they are already doing it, because I understand about 10,000 petrol stations are gearing up to close down because are not buying petrol as much as they used to. And I
10,000
think that's the
petrol stations.
sorry.
You said 10,000 fuel stations.
Y- Yes, yes. So I think that's the right direction. So people control their use of petrol and demand, and those petrol stations which were springing up anyhow, because of the money they were making. If they are not making any more money, they should close down. That's not the problem of Nigerians. The problem of Nigerians individually should be how to survive. And you don't survive by saying government must do this or government must do that. You survive by understanding what the government is doing and adjusting your own behavior to guarantee you survival. You don't survive by just complaining. I complain about that price of this. If the price of rice has gone up, change your taste, change your diet
Hmm.
to something that's not as volatile in price as rice. If the price of beans goes up, the only thing is you watch the the balance of the nutrients in your diet. You plan it out, and people who are educated in terms of nutrition to the body should be broadcasting solutions in terms of, okay, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Don't eat so much of
The
this.
big
Eat so
question,
much of
the
this. You
big,
can
yeah.
get the same nutrients from
Okay.
this
The big question
as
is,
of the same nutrients from that. You know, those are the sort of things
okay.
that people should be thinking.
Hmm.
And then you
Uh,
go change your job as well. If like those people working at the petrol station, if they are going to lose their job because the petrol station is not working, then let them go and do other things. For example, you can go into agriculture, even if it means just providing for yourself. At least you won't need money to go and buy what you are going to eat. You know, those are the ways that you deal with the problem. You don't deal with the problem by complaining and striking and saying, God, the price must come down, government must go back to so. It's not going back. He said, this is what I want to do. That's his own policy. The only thing you can do is when it comes to election, you don't vote for that
hmm. Okay.
person.
Hmm.
Even Tinubu himself said it. He said, if by the election time you are not able to, you are not comfortable with me, don't vote for me. And that's the truth.
Okay, now let's look at the effects of all of these, in the lives of an average Nigerian. All right, uh, a whole lot of persons have been crying, publicly weeping. If you go across the street now, you would find several beggars meeting you and begging for money, or some of them tell you, don't even give me money, please, just look at that shop, just buy me bread, and all of that. A whole lot of things happening in Nigeria, and it looks as if the government is not even listening at all.
Yes, that is supposed to happen. I don't think that the government has a magic wand to provide food for everybody that needs. I never thought it
No, you should
in my life.
sorry sir, you should look
I
at what
believe,
about
sorry,
the real essence of government, the real function of government, the
is to
work.
provide food and shelter.
Exactly. So when you say that government is not,
If you can afford it now, is the government going to steal? Even some people are saying, it's making us slave to IMF and all that. Did you borrow money from IMF? Yes. Then shouldn't you pay it back? If you pay all the money you borrowed from IMF and you clear it, Obasanjo did it in his time, then you don't go back to incur more and more debt. You now change your lifestyle to ensure that you don't borrow. You you you, you don't wear clothes that you cannot make. You wear enough clothes to cover your body, not uh, so buba, agbada, and this and that, and wear clothes like the goat used to wear. You don't do that. You reduce the. You see, you have to. You have the power to change your lifestyle to fit to fit in with what you can get. Don't bear children. You can't feed yourself, and you're having eight, four, five, eight, nine, 10 children. How are you going to send them to school?
that's not
How are
what
you
we're
going to
talking
feed
that's
them?
not what we're talking about,
You
sir.
have
We're talking
you as
about
an don't
government
stop talking
helping
about
the
government
needy.
not
We're talking
doing.
about government meeting the
Government
needs of
only
the people. That's what we're
get
saying.
money by taxes. In
Hello.
Nigeria, okay,
I-
they
I'm not
sell
sure you can
oil.
hear me.
They have,
Hello.
but they've sold their oil in to borrow money during the time of Buhari and so on. And there is nothing to be sold again. Even if they sell, they are selling to pay back.
I want to
So
ask you a
you,
question. I want to ask you a question, sir. Are you in any way applauding government, for what is happening currently in our economy in Nigeria?
me personally, Yinka Ibidoni, I am not blaming the government. And I've never blamed the government anytime in my life. I don't even blame an individual. I was brought up by somebody who was not my daddy. I never blamed him. When I am hungry, I look for how to survive outside of what government or my guardian could give me. I make friends. I eat in my friends' houses. I used to, these are practical things. I've written a book to tell you about my autobiography. I sent one to you. I don't know if you received it,
Yes,
but
I
if you
did.
need one, when I come back, I will give it to you. If any bookshop wants it, I will print it and give it because I think Nigerians need to know about self-survival. God is the one that created you, not Tinubu now.
Hmm.
God created you. So he is responsible for your subsistence, especially in Nigeria, where you take money to go and vote. Have you not sold the power that God gave you for self survival? You've sold it. And if somebody bribe you and use you as thugs to get into power, he is supposed to recover some of his money if he's not so benevolent. If he is a human being can be benevolent and he can decide not to be. So if I use my money to get into power, don't you expect me to get my money back?
Are you saying it is supposed to be like that? Is a norm? Like this norm is just the right way?
Not the right way. It is bad. I will never do it.
Okay.
I campaigned for senatorial seat in Ogun State 3 times. I never bribed people beyond. I use money that I don't have to bribe people or sell my property to go and bribe people. People did it. He for Shoba sold so many houses before he became governor. He's alive today. Go and ask him. He said it with his own mouth. Many people do it. So when they now become governor, don't you expect them to get it back? Simple arithmetic.
Hmm.
Simple. And if you are having children beyond what you can cater for, when those children are naked, are hungry, I'm begging on you. Even I don't give beggars money. I don't give beggars. No matter what, I don't give you money. I can give you work, and I've given people work when after I've given them work and they are being paid, they still steal, they still cheat until after warning them several times, I'll sack them. I'm, I'm
Hmm.
so just complaining anywhere. This government here in England and so on, such a their taxes enough for the week in terms of free NHS, free that this, and free transportation for that. It's not they are not bringing the money from heaven. It's money they've planned for. And now, let me warn you, those who are jackpying to come to this sort of places, the white people are going to turn against them because it's not even enough for them anymore. That's why people like Trump are open them after shit
Okay.
or
Okay.
and
Now,
and get people to support him.
let me ask
White
you.
supremacists. That's you see, the first person that can help him or herself is you.
Hmm.
And you help yourself within the means that God has given you. Africa has been given so many things. good soil, good weather, minerals, and so on. But we filter everything away. We go and give it freely to those who come to oppress us,
At this point in
including
time,
internally giving it to
Mr.
people
Yinka
like all
Ibidumi,
these politicians and so on, by taking their bribe
hello.
and voting them into power,
Okay.
by stealing votes
Okay.
and
Uh,
changing results for their sake,
hmm.
after collecting stupid money like 50,000. Those are the people you blame, all these obas that take bribe
Hmm.
and then say drown some tribe in the sea because they they they, they don't support the person who has given them bribe. Those are all the stupid things in our country, not Tinubu now.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that me, I never blame anybody. Oh.
No,
I never blame
let's
anybody
get to understand quickly.
for
Let's get to understand. You said the president shouldn't be blamed, and you now said that the Obas and some other persons should be blamed. Please, can you break that? Can you help us understand, the meaning of that?
the Oba of Lagos. When we were Jonathan was about to be kicked out, openly said the Igbos who don't vote for the APC or whatever in Lagos and everywhere do that, Busi turn down the Kata Bridge into the lagoon. It's clear. Oluomo said it in the last election. They are not going to vote for so get out of Lagos. Well, many thugs went out saying, "Don't if you don't vote for so don't come to the polling booth. If you come to the polling booth, we make sure we burn your shop or what." You see, all those things are not supposed to be so. The security people, when they hear the name somewhere, if it is against the person that has given them bribe, they don't act. And they allow people to steal ballot boxes, throw ballot papers into the gutter. And so, human beings are human beings. So, look, America, it happened. Three uh, ballot boxes were bought all over the place. But the police are acting. That's different. It's not that we are different. We are human beings. Whether you are black or white, you are a human. You come from the earth, and the earth has been cursed. The cursed is the ground because of you. So you are capable of all these things. That's why the Israelites were given the law through Moses. And they think they are the best thing that came after slavery, but they couldn't obey that law. And all the laws that people are doing to control themselves in the world today stems from that law that Moses got from the mountain. But I must tell you that the Jews themselves could not obey that law. That's why they were scattered all over the world. But God, through them, is according to the promise He gave to Abraham, is going to bring the seed of the woman who will bruise the head of the serpent. And that seed is the Lord Jesus Christ. And he bruised the head of the serpent when he died on the cross. I don't want to preach, but that's another angle to my life, to my own
Okay.
testimony as a human being.
Okay.
And so this whole system that the devil has established, both in Russia and in America and everything, will soon come to an end. And the new heaven and the new earth will be created. That's the only hope of the common man. And in the meantime, you do your best to survive by faith, depending on the power of God.
How would you advise Nigerians at this point in time? Because it's really not easy at all. I mean, what would you ask Nigerians to do at this moment?
What I will advise Nigerians in my heart of hearts
Hmm.
to do is to forget about government totally and look for how to survive. If it's food that you need, go and even if you have to go to your village, get the people who have land. to borrow you some plot, do some planting, eat the grass and grains. Even if you go into the wild, you will see things that are edible. Harvest them, eat it. Don't depend on government. If you are doing a job and they sack you, go and look for alternative. Don't think that government must pay you in order to be able to eat, and you stay in Lagos or wherever, and they are not paying you, and even when they are paying you, it's not enough for you. And you think that by blaming government will find some money to come and some rescue. Even if you find money and there's no food, what are you going to do? And all those people that are embezzling, those billionaires, those politicians, they should go and read Revelation 18. Their end will come and they will suffer more than the common man that is suffering today. They will suffer. Lazarus and the rich man. Lazarus suffered during his lifetime, but according to the parable, in the afterlife, Lazarus was enjoying and the rich man was suffering. And that is a more uh, permanent or long, elongated situation than in this world. In this world, maybe you live 120 years, you will die. But in those other conditions, on the other side of the chasm, I understand on one side it's forever, and on the other side it's everlasting. I don't know how long that everlasting is.
All right.
So that's my advice.
Thank you. Thank you so very much for talking to us this afternoon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Anytime.
To have a great day.
I should be back in about 20 days' time.
Oh, back to Nigeria. We're expecting you.
Yeah.
We're expecting you. Thank you so very much once again. I appreciate
God
you.
bless you.
All right. All right. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. He said, well, he's advising everyone to forget about government. That statement might anger some persons. But if you look at it again, some will tell you, yeah. Because if you put Nigeria matter for head, it's going to affect you. I tell you, it's going to affect you. So just do everything you need to do to survive. I mean, help yourself and your family to survive. If you are, like he said, waiting for government who cannot even help itself to help you, then you might be on a very, very long thing. All right? But then I will get to open up the studio lines. But before I do that, in case you were just tuning in, we started by talking that, or stating the fact, that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited yesterday adjusted the price of petrol, all right, to 1,200 naira per liter from 998 naira per liter in Lagos and environs. Similarly in Abuja, the price of the product rose to 1,060 naira, according to some, figures here, some reports, and of course 1,030 naira in what has become the third increase in the price of the product in just 2 months. The latest increase came as the price of Nigeria's bonylite crude dropped to $72 per barrel from $75 per barrel, indicated a shortfall of 8.2% against the $77.96 per barrel reference price of the 2024 budget. And now, in Lagos, filling stations immediately adjusted their prices to reflect the new rate, while motorists were seen rushing to some outlets to get, fuel. And then I must mention these. Just yesterday, Aliko Dangote advised the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and oil marketers to stop the importation of petrol. Stop it! Don't import fuel. Don't bring fuel. Don't stop it. We have it here. Don't bring it here. He told them that Dangote refinery is capable of meeting local needs. Yeah. In fact, he said that there are billions. Is it 1 billion he mentioned? Barrels. You know, oh God. Although 1 billion liters, right, of petrol stocked somewhere there. But what is now going on? Sometimes I don't even understand how we got here. Really, everybody's pointing fingers to federal government. Some will say to Dangote, and others will say to IMF. Some will say to what is going on. This is what Dangote actually told the president. Let me read it here for you quickly. He said, I assured Mr. President we will be able to supply the market minimum of 30 million liters per day, and we will be ramping up as we go on. So we are ready. We are more than ready. What I'm saying is that the retailers should please come forward and load our product. If they don't come forward and pick, what do you want me to do? There is nothing I can do. I am expecting either NNPCL or the marketers to stop importing. They should come and buy our products because we have what they need. And as they move, we will be pumping. I don't know whether you understand what it takes to have 1 billion liters inside our tank. It's costing me money every day. If I'm able to collect the naira, I can actually, charge somebody 32% in interest. So right now, that's what I am losing. And he went on and on and on to say a lot of things. When I saw that clip, I was just looking at myself. Look at the way the richest man in Africa is now as well. And then recall I mentioned IMF, right? Now, the former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Attahiru Jega, today warned Nigeria against taking all the advice of the Bretton Woods institution, especially the World Bank and, of course, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, warning them seriously. He said, don't take everything IMF tells you, federal government, don't take it. And that's what Jega is saying. That's what he's actually saying. Jega also called for reform of the leadership recruitment process, saying that the major challenge confronting Nigeria is that most of the leaders are not prepared for leadership. Don't take everything IMF tells you. Okay? Or maybe you think our problem is the IMF, right? Okay. Let me get to open up a studio line so we talk, okay? But don't forget that the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja today barred the federal government from releasing further monthly allocations to Rivers State. You remember this kind of thing happened for Lagos State? You remember? That time waiting to be governor. Hey, we shall see how it will play out. Don't give Rivers State any money again. We shall see. And that's why some person said, well, I think the president is also, in support of what is actually playing out in Rivers State. What's up? What do you know? What else do you know? Like I said, I got to open up the studio lines now, and so we can talk more. I would want to take more of WhatsApp calls, okay? Yeah, 081-717-56338. 081-717-56338. That's a WhatsApp number. You can call me there, or 0700-903-903-903. That's a number, 0700-903-903-903. If you want to call me, like I would always say, endeavor to at least move away from your radio set, or just turn down the volume so we can hear each other. Okay, yeah, so we can hear each other. 0700 903 903 903. You've got just a few minutes to take your calls and then wrap things up. Okay, thank you so very much. Let's get to the phone lines now. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Judy.
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
My name is Shola.
Where are you calling from, Shola?
Shola, my name is Shola. I'm calling from Egbeda, Lagos.
Okay.
Yeah. So I listened to your guest, and I think he's in the diaspora. If I get you right? He's calling from abroad.
Yeah, he left Nigeria a few days ago. He's always here, not like he stays there.
It sounds, though I'm not here to castigate him, he said a lot of truth, though he sounded a bit like he lacked empathy. But the truth of the matter is that to go straight to answer, you asked a question. You said how did we get here? You understand? So the truth of the matter is that Nigerians, you understand, we have this kind of how would I put it? We are the cause of our problems.
Really?
In the sense that we are yes, we have this lackadaisical attitude, and we deal with sentiments. You understand? So what we are supposed to deal with, we don't deal with it. What we're supposed to look at, we're supposed to look towards leaders that have visions, leaders that will, speak visions. The Bible said that my people perish because they lack knowledge and vision. So that is what you get in this society. The morals, our good morals has been eroded. You understand? To the extent that anything goes as long as I have something to eat. We don't think of the future. So unfortunately, some who think the saying that the government deserve, the people deserve the government.
Okay.
Is surprised. I won't be surprised if during the next election, 2027, they will still commit the same mistake by going for people without vision. So the truth of the matter is that we need the government itself. They don't jungle. People that say Nigeria is a jungle, we are in a jungle. You understand? Survival of the fittest. So for now, let's just pass through it and weather the storm and do the right thing the next time.
Okay.
That is just what I feel. Do the right thing. Vote the right. Let's unite as a people. The common people is different from those that are politicians. There's a mindset that that just grab whatever you have to grab. Nigeria needs reorientation. Nigeria needs a leader that will be disciplined, that will sanitize the leadership, that will sanitize the system.
Thank you so very much.
God help us.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Can you speak up, please? Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
All right, I can hear you. Quickly, please.
Yeah, I am Olamide. I'm calling from Yanokwaja.
Okay.
You see, sometimes when I look at Nigeria as a youth, a young man that I am, I'm scared. I think I'm beginning to believe that the beginning of a failure of a man is to believe that Nigeria is going to be better. Anybody who has that belief now is the beginning of its own failure. Because I am beginning to be convinced that it only gets better for you when you are better. But you see that general betterment that everybody will enjoy, we all live in peace, harmony, and progress. I think it is not possible and not realizable. So I don't know how we get it wrong. I don't know who we offended. I don't know how we met ourselves in this situation. This is not a thing of prayer or spirituality or anything, but it's just like we have made a mistake that cannot be corrected. That is what I feel.
Really?
Because I don't even know where to. Yeah, I don't even know where to tackle. Is it the area of education? Is it the health? Is it the security? Is it the political stability? Is it the peace? Is it the I don't know? Is it the hunger? which area which we speak on that was okay, hey, we are fine. So I begin to, even now, to even travel now, they have made it very, very impossible for everybody. We can't travel as a young youth now because we believe that one of the ways we can escape these issues is when we go out, when we japa. But now they are beginning to make it almost impossible for somebody, a young man that is trying to raise money so that he can take care of himself or the family. So now we are in it together, and it's as if the mistake cannot be corrected. And I don't know how we are going to go about it. You are doing well, my brother.
Thank you so very much. Appreciate your call. Appreciate you really. I think I can just take one or maybe two more calls and then wrap things up. Okay? Yeah, that's the way to go right now. But then, let's see. Hello, good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, just to call me back. Call me back, huh? Oh, I think I have to go now, everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It's time to go. Take your time now. I have to go for, walkie-talkie and MC Chooks to take over this afternoon. I'll be here tomorrow by the special grace of God. All right? And we can talk more. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you. Can I take this call? Let me ask. My producer, my Muna Chuku, can I take this call? Muna, can I take it? Okay, thank you so very much. My producer says I can go ahead and take this call. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon to you.
This is Remy from Tottenham.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'll be quick. Yes,
right.
You see, the elite, oftentimes they lack emotional intelligence, which prevent them from having that sense of empathy. Look, I understand. Asking us not to hold the government responsible for this calamity is even normalizing abnormality. Look, you can cope. Many of you guys have managed to get by, maybe because of your education or the job you have and all of that. They said 129 million of us are living below poverty line. Bro, it's huge. It's a big deal. There is connection between insecurity and poverty. Every studies, both academic and non-academic, have shown it. So the more the money we spend on insecurity, if we spend half of this money on building people, human capital development, I trust me, we will be in a much better position. So they are frustrating Dangote now. I hope those who are frustrating him must understand that the fragile peace we have now is being endangered by this hardship. People will be pushed to a point where they will have to fight for themselves. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Remy. Appreciate your call. Okay, I will do this message. I'll treat this message as the last one. Then I'll fly away from the studio. This message is from Michael from Surulere. He said, democracy is a fight for freedom, and a tree can never make a forest. The people of Rivers have the right to fight for their freedom from the little anti-democratic monster that, if left untangled, will become future regret. Action is more credible than words and wishes. 2. Money scarcity and the new notes issue is going to come up at the middle of December, and will be used to distract the people from the loan the government will borrow at that period. Just mark my words. Finally, let the government free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thanks, Michael from Surulere. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. And for me, I want to say you do have a beautiful and a wonderful day today. I'm out of here. Good afternoon to you.
Some call it life adjustments, but our world has taken a different but dangerous look.
My husband husband does not just beat me up, but he uses an object to forcefully remove my finger right before my eyes.
Nigerians hate me. The God of heaven. Oh, God, go to my rescue.
With happenings that are alien to the human race.
I was in prison for 39 years for a crime I did not commit.
Since I clocked the age of 9, I have always been raped by my father. And now I am 18, and I still battle with him.
Unthinkable, unimaginable, and very unfriendly acts have been recorded in every sphere of human existence. Join Jude Ikame Jude on Matters, weekdays,
1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
on VOP 90.3 FM. As he dissects and addresses these challenges called the new norm in our political, social, religious, and cultural space. But then, are you comfortable with this new norm? Be part of this conversation because your opinion matters.
I live in Italy. Last month, I have a daughter and a wife. Though I work alone, I just arrived home and in my letter box, I had a letter and it was from the state government addressing to me that to cushion the effect of the high inflation in the society, I'm entitled to go to the nearest post office to get a credit card. That in that credit card, the exchange rate, if I have to compare with the currency in current Nigeria